We are going to have a quick update from the man that makes this all happen here at OMSI. He is the manager of the OMSI Planetarium. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Jim Todd. Jim?
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming in today. And we always enjoy hosting the conference here at OMSI. And a couple of quick spiels that I want to mention, first of all, that frequently asked question at first, do you have to pay for parking? No, don't have to pay for parking today. Then you've got a hand stamp that will allow you to go into the general admission of the museum throughout the day, including the cafe, but it does not get you into Body World, unfortunately. I would love for you to take a look at Body World, but I can't get you in, even if I tried today. And a couple other things too, the restrooms are right over here, behind you to your right. The restrooms are there. And those of you with hearing aids, this room is looped. So if you turn your hearing aid to telecoil, the same program they use for the phone, you can tap into the audio system. So you're welcome to do so on that. But I want to give you kind of a quick review. Last year I predicted at this time that it's going to rain. Rain that we got. Did it snow? A little bit. And this year again, it'll rain. I promise you that. And will it snow? I hope so. So we'll find out. And that's why we're here, and we're really looking forward to what the presenter is going to present for us. But a year ago, we were encountering the comet that approached the Earth, and we had a very nice close-up photos of the comet. And then we had the STS-133 final launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery. You might recognize the gentleman right here. This is Mike Barrett, a local from Camas, Washington, who was on the flight. And then he came to OMSI a few months later and gave OMSI a t-shirt and some other things from his mission. And then we had the Falcon X-9 rocket launch, the first one on December 8, 2010. We had a total lunar eclipse, remember that? On the solstice, And we had an event here at the museum. We were able to watch a little bit of it. It was breaking through the clouds throughout the event. We had a huge crowd for that. And then we watched it in the planetarium. We watched a webcam from Georgia of the eclipse, and we watched the entire eclipse on the webcam. And then as an encore, we played Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. They enjoyed that. We actually got a big ovation for that. Then we have this opportunity on this 7th year. Isn't that remarkable? The 7th year, they're still going. Then we had a nanoscale that was launched in January. And then we have unfortunate event of the tsunami and the earthquake in Japan, but we were able to take advantage of the space orbiting satellite to take overhead shot of the disaster in Japan. We retired 3 space shuttles, and it was announced that where they were going to head off for retirement, one in California, one in New York so far, and then the other one in Florida. And then we had the STS-134, the final launch of the Endeavour. Then Spirit ended its mission. Opportunity is still going, but Spirit is stuck. And so it's not able to charge up its batteries with the position that it's in. Then the STS-135, the final launch of the Space Shuttle Atlantis. Asteroid Vesta. Dawn is now orbiting Vesta, providing incredible pictures of the asteroid. The Juno launch in August. Headed for Jupiter, and will reach Jupiter in July 2016. First meteor shower, not too bad. We had a bright full moon. Not very exciting. But we did see a few bright ones, but the best view of all was from the space station. We were able to see the meteor go into the atmosphere from that point of view. How would you like to see that? And then the Progress, just recently, had a little problem, and it lost the cargo on its way up, and there's another launch coming up fairly soon. Then we have the satellite reentry that came down and fortunately didn't do any damage. Then we just recently had the Rostat that just came down. Okay, so what do we have coming up? Looking ahead. Solar cycle 24. And this is going to be interesting, but for us, in astronomy terms, it means the auroras. And we just had one this past week in the northern part of the United States and Europe, which was spectacular. Of course, we always get clouded out. November 25th is the launch of the Mars Science Laboratory, which has the Curiosity rover. It is going to be scheduled to launch on November 25th, and we are planning to show the launch here at OMSI for that event. SpaceX Dragon C3 demo flight on November 30th. This is important because this is going to be one of 8 launches that's going to be designed to go to the International Space Station. So this is the private sector of the space program, and this is good news for NASA that we have another vehicle that we can look forward to getting the materials out. Then on December 10th, we have a total lunar eclipse. Basically, this is going to be a moonset eclipse. A moonset is going to be in the early morning hours. And it's going to be a fairly decent one, but you have to deal with not only the clouds, but the twilight. It's going to cut down on some of the viewing. But we have an eclipse coming up on December 10th. Then the Expedition 30 is going to go up on December 21st. We have a local, Pettit. He's going to go up on the mission, and he's from Silverton, Oregon. Silverton, Oregon. It's his 3rd mission in space. Then 2012, Harley Wade, Doomsday. Will it happen? We've been warned. Well, you know what they say. We ran out of rocks. Okay, and then we have, as I mentioned before, we had a resupply service flight, again from the Dragon and Falcon. This is a combination between NASA and SpaceX. And then China is very involved now. They've got a space station that's being built, orbiting around the Earth, and this is going to be the first manned docking in April. And then more Dragon launches, and this is going to be a build-up where they're going to do more test launch, mostly in 2012. And then in May 20th, we have the annular eclipse. This is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be mostly over the North Pacific. Okay? And the greatest eclipse is going to occur where that green pointer is right there. It's going to last for about 5 minutes. Now, an annular eclipse is different than a total eclipse, where the disk of the moon is smaller than the disk of the sun. And what we have is called the ring of fire. So it's not quite a totality, and that's because the moon is further away than for the totality. And for this particular eclipse, it's going to be coming over southwest United States, including Oregon. And in Oregon, it's going to pass towards the area of Grant Pass and Medford. So what do we have for Portland? Portland is going to get about an 87% coverage for the eclipse, which is actually not too bad. So we'll be doing the viewing here at OMSI, and we hope to have a tycho band for the eclipse. And so this is going to be around the evening, so it's going to be fairly low in the west. So get a good western view, and let's get some clear skies in this forecast. You guys are going to do the forecast. We need clear skies for this. Okay, transit of Venus on June 5th. And this is where we're going to have a rare event where Venus is going to move in front of the face of the sun. And it's going to be in the northern hemisphere this time. And just like the eclipse, this is going to be an evening event from 3 to 9 p.m. But the sun will set before it finishes. We'll also be covering that here at OMSI. And then the Mars Curiosity landing scheduled for August 6th. This thing is a beast. This thing's about the size of a Mini Cooper. Made Pathfinder look like a box. But this is going to be an unusual landing where they're going to do a sky crane. They're going to tether it down. It's not going to be a balloon landing or anything like we've done before. It's going to be tethered down to the surface. So we'll be showing that also here at OMSI for the landing, if all goes well. In the Perseid meteor shower, the moon's a little bit better. We've got a waning crescent moon. That's not going to come up until early morning, so that's good news for the 30-meter shower in 2012. So what's going on here at OMSI? We've got Body World. Body World is now featured, and will be here until about March. A very popular exhibit before, we had, about 3 or 4 years ago, already hitting attendance numbers for this year. So I encourage you to come back and see Body World. And then in the planetarium, we're still continuing to do live shows and presentation. And then the OmniMax Theater, we have a variety of shows. And now this group went in and saw the opening of Tornado Alley. And so if you're interested in weather, I encourage you to go see Tornado Alley. It's really an interesting film. Okay. And with that, thank you very much for coming today. Enjoy your visit. If you have any questions, I'll be here throughout the meeting.